under my body, bring it under subjection. Walking in the spirit, no more deception. I'm loving you, hating. That's the difference in our caliber. You wonder what I got. I got that Holy Ghost swagger. That Holy Ghost swagger. Yeah, that means I'm fresh and clean. Get up every morning.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Pastor Erskine Summers, and we're coming straight at you again with another episode of A Brand New You podcast. Let's go and let's grow. Listen, we got a real good show for you today. Listen, we are going to be talking about 7 reasons you are doing better than what you think you are. 7 reasons that you are doing way better than you think you are. We're going to go ahead and dive right into this. This is going to be good. Listen, make sure you don't miss number 7. 7 is going to bless you. So make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned in until the end to get number 7. It's really going to bless you. But the first reason is you woke up this morning. You simply woke up this morning. That means that God blessed you. That means that God renewed grace and mercy. He renewed grace and mercy for you this morning. You woke up. You still here. You still here. You still have an opportunity. No matter what happened on yesterday, you have another opportunity today to right your wrongs, to do better than what you did on yesterday. You got another opportunity. You are alive. You're well. You can see. You can move. You got your being. You woke up this morning. That's reason number 1 of why you're doing better than what you think you are, because you are still here. Granted, a lot of people didn't wake up on this morning. Granted, even if they did wake up, they can't do for themselves. They can't walk. They can't talk. They're in a wheelchair. They're limited. And don't get me wrong, some of those things don't necessarily limit you, because you can still have a handicap and still get things done. But just look at the position that you are in. You woke up, man and woman. You woke up in a good headspace, and you got another opportunity to get this thing right. So don't let nobody discourage you and let you and make you think that you're not doing better than what you think you are. You're doing a whole lot better than what you think you are. Number 2, we're going to keep this train going. Number 2, listen, you have been through some of the most traumatic events in your life, and you have overcame the odds. You've overcame them, and you're still here. You're still here. You survived. You're still on top. No matter what's going on, you're still on top. You're still here. You're still here. But you've survived it, and you didn't let it stop you, and you're keeping on going. Listen, it was needed for you so that you could evolve. It had to happen. All those traumatic things, those bad things in your life, they had to happen. It had to happen so that you could evolve, so that you could grow, so that you could become a better version of yourself, so that you can become a brand new you. It had to happen. It had to happen. If that didn't happen, you wouldn't be in a position that you are today. If it didn't happen, you that door wouldn't have opened. That opportunity wouldn't have came. If it didn't happen, you wouldn't have learned if it didn't happen. So it had to happen so that you could evolve into something new. It had to happen. So don't think everything that happens to us is always bad, because in God's word, he told us in Romans 8:28, I believe it says that, for we know that all things work together for the good to them that love the Lord and are the called according to his purpose. So it was needed for you to evolve. It had to happen. It had to happen. And also, we have to remember that diamonds, those diamonds that we like to wear in our ears, around our neck, on our watches, and on our wrist, those diamonds are made under pressure. Those diamonds are made under pressure. And in order for God to get the best out of us, sometimes he had to put us under a lot of pressure. He has to put us under some pressure to see and to make all those impurities come out of us. So to get the best out of you, sometimes you have to go through some things in life so that you can have a testimony, so that you can help somebody else that's in the same thing that you was in. You can in turn show them and tell them how you came out. How you came out. Show them and tell them how you overcame the situation. Diamonds are made under pressure. Diamonds come from the dirt. Some of the beautifulest flowers that we buy and we see in stores and we see in our homes, they come out of the dirt. They come out of the dirt. So we all need some dirt. We all need dirt to grow. We all need dirt to grow. Diamonds are made under pressure. And number 3, remember to stay till you get number 7, because number 7 is going to bless you. And remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends and invite them. But number 3, this is the third reason why you are doing better than what you think you are. Listen, you are not the same person you were several years ago. You're not the same person. You're different. You're different. You are not the same person you was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You have changed. Whether somebody see your growth or not, you have changed. You're not the same person. You're not. You've grown, you've learned, and you have become better than what you were on yesterday or last year. You become better. You become better. You don't have to be perfect. So stop trying to be perfect, because we're not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect, but we can come to a mature state in God. We can come into a mature state in God. You are not the same person that you were several years ago. You are different. You have changed. Whether you want to believe it or not, you have changed. Whether others see your change, whether others see your growth. Because sometimes, people, they try to size you up and see where you've grown, or see where you see what you're doing, and see if you are a different person. And they size you. They seem to want to size you up. But my growth is not determined on what you see in me. My growth is determined on what God sees in me. Because his thoughts are not our thoughts, and his ways are not our ways. So the way God is grooming me is going to be different from the way he groomed you. The things that I'm going through are different from what you're going through. So the way God is going to make me is going to be different from the way he's going to make you. So we can't compare ourselves to one another. And sometimes people do that. They tend to compare themselves to one another. And even some people even think they be like, man, you should be further along than what you are right by now. You ain't grown nowhere. Some people don't want to see your growth. They don't want to see your growth. Some people are jealous of you. Some people don't want to see you doing good. Some people don't want to see you happy. Some people don't want to see you in that place where nothing bothers you, or you are evolving into something different. Some people think that you are still where they left you, but you are not where they left you. I'm not where they left me. I have moved on. Just like when they came back on the third day looking for Jesus, he was not where they left him. He told them on the third day, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to raise this body back up. You might tear this body down, but I'm going to raise this body back up again. And lo and behold, they went looking for him where they laid him. So you are not where people laid you. You are different. You are not in the same space. You're not in the same head space. You may think that you are, but you are not. You understand what I'm saying? Because growth sometimes takes time. When you just look at it like this on this wise, that you say, for instance, you have a house that is you're renovating. Renovation sometimes takes time, or you're gonna renovate a car. Renovation takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to rebuild something. It takes time to restructure something, because you have to tear down what have been built up to recreate something else. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things become new. That means it's not going to happen overnight. Some things are going to happen in time. And you have to allow yourself time. You have to allow God time. You have to give God time. Give God time to do what he wants to do. Give God time to make the necessary changes in your life. Give God time to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Yes. Growth sometimes takes steps, one step at a time, one step at a time. That was number 3. You are not who you were years ago. You are different. You're different. That's why you are better than what you think you are. Now we're approaching on number 4. We're getting close to number 7. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stick with me. Track with me. Listen. You are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Yes, I said it. You have been pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone more and more each day. You have been pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone more and more each day. And you have been learning to tolerate discomfort. You're learning to tolerate discomfort. You are moving from thinking to application. You're moving from thinking to application. That means you're not just contemplating about something. And sometimes we can think about something too long and we never move. But now you are applying knowledge. You're applying wisdom. You're applying things to your life. You're applying the word of God to your life. You are trying to do better. You are putting forth an effort. You are doing things. You are putting things in place. You are accomplishing short-term goals, and you keep on striving. You might get knocked down, but you get back up again. You might get knocked down, but you get back up again. You are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone more and more each day, and you're learning to tolerate discomfort. And that alone is moving you from the thinking stage to the application stage, to doing. Now you are doing what you have learned, whether it's a little bit or a lot. Long as you're making progress, listen, when you get there, that's where you change your want. Wait a minute. When you get there, that's where the change you want actually happens. That's it. When you get to where you want to, that's where the change actually happens. When you get there, that's where the change that you want actually happens. When you get there. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged when you don't see things on the outside. Because a lot of times we want to see change. A lot of times we want to see growth. And you're not going to see it on the outside. Growth and change is an inside job. Growth and change is an inside job. That's right. It's an inside job. Before you see it on the outside, it happens on the inside. You have to renew your mind. You have to renew your heart. And then it becomes an action. Because what you're thinking gets into your heart. And now it can become a movement. Listen, when you get there, that's where the change you want actually happens. When you are moving from the thinking stage to the application, that's where the change that you want actually happens. And stop worrying about what other people are saying, man. Stop worrying about what other people are saying, because you can't listen to all that chatter. You got to do this for you. You got to show up for you. You got to show up for yourself. Yes, right. You got to show up for you. Number 5. And we're getting closer to number 7. And if you're still with me, subscribe, like, and share to your page, to your people, and let them know that they are doing better than what they think they are. Somebody else needs to hear this. It's in your circle. You know somebody that thinking down on themselves. You know somebody that needs to be uplifted. Share this with them. Listen, you have become more serious about your goals. Lately, you have been thinking about your goals. You have been putting steps towards your goals. You have been implementing things that you've been learning, and you have been listening, and you've been taking in instructions, and you've been applying to your life, and you have been thinking more seriously about your goals, about becoming a better person, about becoming a businessman or businesswoman, or do whatever the case may be. You have been thinking about it. You have been moving towards your goals. And some of the people that you have told about your goals, they looking at you like you're crazy, like you can't get that done. You're not going to accomplish that. That's why you got to be careful who you tell your dreams to. You can't tell a big dream to a small-minded person. That just don't make sense. You can't tell a big dream to a small-minded person, because they'll never see it. They'll never see it. And there they go, putting that negative energy out into the atmosphere. And you have to fight and war against that negative energy that you really don't need. You don't need that negative energy coming towards you. Proverbs 23 and verse 7 says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is basically suggesting that a person's inner thoughts, beliefs, and true motives define their character. Your thoughts, your inner motive, it defines your character and ultimately your reality. Ultimately, your thoughts shape who you become. Ooh, don't let that go over your head. Your thoughts, they shape who you become. Whether they are bad thoughts, whether they are negative thoughts, they shape who you become. So you got to be careful what you think. You got to be careful what you think, because your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts are energy. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever you are thinking about yourself, that's what you're going to become. You are creating your reality by the way you think. You are creating your reality by the way that you think. So sometimes you're going to have to cast down your thoughts and imagination. And every high thing that exalts itself above you have to cast it down out of you. It ain't always what somebody else thinks. Sometimes you got to cast down your own thoughts, because your thoughts are not aligning up with God's will for your life. With that being said, are you thinking the thoughts to get you to where you want to go? So you have to think the thoughts. You have to think the right thoughts that's going to get you to where you're trying to go. You have to think along the lines to where you're trying to go. How am I going to get there? What do I have to do to get there? How am I going to get there? What energy am I putting out? These are seeds. These are seeds. Whatever you're thinking, going to become a reality in your life. Whatever the mind is so powerful. The mind is so powerful. You can create things with your mind. The Bible declares that in Genesis 1 that the Spirit hovered over the face of the earth. He hovered over it. Before God spoke anything, the Spirit hovered over it. God was contemplating, thinking about what he was going to say, what he was going to do before it came out of his mouth. Because words have power. They have power to create and they have power to kill. So before he said anything, he hovered. He hovered over it. So we got to be careful what we're thinking, so we don't put the wrong energy out into the atmosphere. That was number 5. Number 6, we're getting closer. Number 6, listen, it says, you are seeking peace instead of gratification. That's how you know you are doing better than what you think. You are seeking peace. You're not trying to retaliate. You're thinking about what your actions. You're thinking about your reactions. You are not just blabbing off at the mouth and saying the first thing to come to mind. Because a lot of times our first thoughts, our first actions are not our best reactions. They're the wrong ones. Those are the thoughts and the reactions that come from the flesh. And James tells us that we have to be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. And God tells us in his word, we have to acknowledge him in all our ways and he'll direct our path. Sometimes we just got to hear what's being said. And like Usher say, we got to let that thing burn. We got to let it burn on the inside. Don't let it get out on the outside. Let it burn on the inside. You are seeking peace over instant gratitude. If you're seeking peace in your life, it means that your subconscious is speaking to you and guiding you to what you're looking for. If you're seeking peace, that means that your subconscious is guiding you to what you're looking for. And also Matthew 5:9, it says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Sometimes this can be a very difficult thing to do. Seek peace. Because people are fickle. People will hurt you. People will do whatever they can to make themselves feel good, or do whatever they can to make themselves put themselves over you and disregard how you feel about anything. So instead of you reacting, instead of you saying things that you have the right to say and doing things that you have the right to do, you're seeking peace. You're being humble. You're being meek in this situation, because it could go left, but it won't be right. It can go left, but it won't be right. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Sometimes it's very difficult to be a peacemaker, because you have a legal right to do and say what you want to do or say. You have the right to do it, but you're being humble and you're showing meekness. And meekness does not mean that you're weak. Meekness is simply saying that you have the power to do it, but you have that power under control. You have the power under control, that you have self-control. And that's one of the fruits of the Spirit, self-control. You are exercising self-control. You're not doing something that you want to do and could do and have the right to do, but you're allowing the other person to win. You're allowing the other person to get the last word. You're allowing the situation to cool down. You're allowing feelings to deteriorate, because sometimes, we want to put our feelings, when somebody hurt our feelings, we want to put how we feel. We want to attach those feelings to words, man. And it ain't always good to attach our feelings to words. Words are just words, but until we attach our feelings to those words, that's when we get ourselves in trouble, because our feelings are hurt and we want somebody else to feel the way they made us feel. And that ain't the right thing to do all the time. So now we're down to number 7, to the nit and the grit of why you are doing better than what you think you are. We just want to encourage you and let you know that greater is here. It's not coming, it's here. That your life is changing, your surroundings are changing. God is sending some destiny helpers to you. God is sending people that's going to fund your business, sending people that's going to be with you and not against you. That's right. People that's going to be with you and not against you. Listen, number 7. You keep going even when it don't feel like you're moving. When you can keep on pushing when it seems like nothing is happening, when it seems like nothing is progressing, and you are wasting time, you're wasting money, but you somehow keep getting up, you are somehow keep putting the one foot in front of the other. You keep going when it feels like you are not moving. When you are at that place, you are doing it. You are achieving. You're winning. You're winning. Because progress isn't always loud. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. We associate progress with loud, with movement, with accolades. But progress isn't always loud. Growth doesn't always look like winning. Growth does not always look like winning. Some people think that because it looks like they winning, you can look at somebody's life and it seems like everything is going right and it looks like they're winning, but that person may be over there struggling, but they put it on the front. They're trying to fake it until they make it. We don't know what's going on in their life. Progress don't look like winning. And healing don't always move in a straight line. Sometimes God will take us on a detour, man. Sometimes things could be going so right in our life, and all of a sudden something happens. All of a sudden something comes upon us. And it shifts our whole life. It shifts our whole demeanor. It shifts things. Healing don't always go in a straight line. Some days you get more done than you do on other days. And some days you don't get nothing done at all. There are going to be times where you accomplish some things and things are just clicking. Things are just clicking. Ideas are coming and you're writing things down, and you're marking off things off your vision board, and everything's just going as planned. And then some days you may not get nothing accomplished. Some days you may not even feel like it. Some days you don't even want to think about it. Some days you just want to take a break. You just want to take a rest. You just want to go somewhere and drink you a latte or get you a good old cup of coffee. Sometimes you just want to go where don't nobody know your name. You don't want to be bothered. You want to take a break. And ain't nothing wrong with taking a break. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a break. But I just want you to know that when you're at this place to where some days it seems like it's a roller coaster, you get something done, and on some days it seems like you don't get nothing done. I just want you to know that your time is not being wasted. You're still on the path, and you're not at square one. You're still on the path and you're not at square one. You are moving, you are progressing, even though it don't feel like it. You don't see no movement. You're not at square one. You are learning a different strength in a deeper place. You're learning how to be strong in that low place. You're learning how to overcome negative thoughts. You're learning how to navigate through discomfort. You're learning how to sit back and re-strategize and recalibrate. Sometimes we have to recalibrate. That's all. It's all right to take you a break. It's all right to sit back and take a chill pill. You don't want to get burned out. Sometimes it's good to sit back and relax and, let your innermost thoughts and meditate and let God speak to you. Let God give you more strategy on what you're doing. Sit back and analyze what you're doing and go back over it. Go back over what you've done. Go back over your small accomplishments and celebrate. Celebrate those small accomplishments. Celebrate the small accomplishments. Pat your own self on the back. Listen, you are doing way better than you think you are. Yes, you are doing way better than you think you are. And I just wanted to encourage you to let you know to keep on going. And you're not at square one. You're not who you were last year. You're doing way better than what you think you're doing. You are far along than what you think you are. As a matter of fact, you're on the edge of a breakthrough. You're on the edge of a breakthrough. Yes, you are. You are right there at the brink. Your storm is almost over. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming. Keep on going. Keep on pushing. Keep on fasting. Keep on praying. Whatever you've been doing, keep on doing that. Keep on doing that. Because that's what's going to get you there. That's what's going to keep you in the mindset of knowing that you are a work in progress. You're a work in progress. And he that has begun a good work in you, he's faithful to perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. So whatever God has started in you, he's going to finish it. Whatever he's downloaded in you, he's going to finish downloading in you. Sometimes we have to wait on the next download. Don't get the first download and just run straight with that. Sometimes God works in steps. He works in increments. He told Abraham to get out from among your kinfolk and go to a place to where I'm going to show you. So Abraham had to leave. He had to go with no direction. He just told him to go. And when he got there, he was going to show him. When he got close, he was going to show him. I'm going to leave you with this. Sometimes we use our GPSs in our cars or on our phone, and we put an address in, and sometimes the GPS won't say nothing for a long time, and it's not supposed to, but it will say something. We think that we done went a wrong way or the wrong direction, or we done missed something, or something done happen because we ain't heard the GPS give us any directions. The GPS is not going to say anything until you get close to your destination, and then it will inform you that you're 5 miles away, you're 0.5 miles away. Turn here, get off on this exit. It'll speak right before you get to the destination. So if you haven't heard anything, you haven't seen anything, that does not mean that you're on the wrong path or nothing is working out for you. You got to keep on going until you get close to that destination. Some doors is not going to open until you get close to them. And that's an automatic door. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to turn no knob. But it waits for you to get close to it. And when you get into the vicinity of that door, it'll open up on its own. Be encouraged. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And share with your friends, with your family. And let them know that they are doing better than what they think they are. Tell them they're on their way. They're almost there. Listen, until we meet again on the next video, I want you to stay blessed and know that you are on the verge of becoming a better version of yourself. And you're on the way to becoming a brand new you. So lock in with us as we go on this journey. Let's go and let's grow.